You did not create the people and things that you are so concerned about. How about the one who created you, took his time to form you and release you to earth? Do you not think he cares more than you care for your dependence and wards? Do you not think he would do all that it takes to ensure you are good and at your best? When you realize that he cares for you more than you can ever imagine or think of, then you would know that whatever or however it is, whatever it would take, God would do it for you. Do you not think God would also adopt a similar method of going all the way for you until it is done? We are not different from God. Remember, the scripture told us that God created us in his image and likeness. We were formed after him. We are his photocopy. It is his breath that is working in us. We have his spirit in us, and we are God's also. Certainly, how we do good, how we behave, show concern, and get moved by our earthly children is also how our Father would respond. Here is a God that created all things and has absolute control and power over all systems and entities. Most times, if you are not informed or carried along, you would not know what is wrong, what your ward, or what needs to be sorted out. If your children do not inform you of their needs in school, he knows all that we go through, but probably you are enjoying what is happening to you and do not want to talk about it. God would not do anything if you do not inform him. Nothing would happen or change if you do not come to him for help. Have things been stagnant? Have you been broken down? Does it seem like you have been rejected? Is your life disjointed? Is it broken out of cause? Does all seem to be going back and no progress is made in life? Has your life been marked and colored by shame? It is then time to inform your Father in heaven. You have been quiet for so long, and that is why you are faced with all you are seeing. You have been comfortable with the happenings, and that is why nothing has changed. It is time to lift your voice and pray. It is time to send your incense as prayers to heaven. Everything would remain how they are if you do not inform your Father. Nothing would turn around or change if you do not become deliberate and approach your Father in heaven. Do not let them chase you out before you call on him. Do not allow the situation to kill you or become your end before you call on him. There is nothing God cannot do. There is nothing God cannot change. There is no situation he cannot upturn and bring back to alignment. He is ready to roll away the shame. He is ready to heal. He is ready to lift you up. He is ready to solve the problem and give you peace. But have you told him? Are you ready for him to step in, and are you ready for him to be involved? Why not invite and involve him today? Why not make room for him to change and put an end to that terrible situation? Call on him today. Call on him now, and you would be shocked, because he would do whatever it takes for you to be at your best and happy again. Nobody has called God and ended disappointed. None have looked unto him and ended in shame. As earthly parents, we may sometimes be limited and constrained to handle or solve the matter or issue that is troubling our children. But when they inform us, they have confidence that it would be addressed, and like a burden on us, we are forced to go any length to see that the issue is solved. We are talking about a God that nothing can limit his abilities. There's nothing that does not belong to him, and there is nothing he cannot change. You must approach God like little children. You must seek him like a child. It is time to let go of your own understanding. It is limiting you from praying and seeking the face of God to do whatever it would take. You must come with a humble heart and a heart full of trust and belief that he would do it. When your ward is asking and informing you of fee payment, they are less concerned about whether the money is available or not and how you would pay for it. They simply submit their request, demand, and leave. That is how you should call on God. That is how you should table your request to him. You cannot seek after God except you come like a little child. This is what he told his disciples. Be like the little children. Children will not be quiet when they are hurt. They would run and tell it to their parents. Involve God in all you do. Tell him about everything. A closed mouth is a closed destiny. Do not be quiet when you go through all this pain, suffering, and discomfort. He wants you to talk. Open your mouth and pray. Talk to God. Do not end your destiny and life because you decided to be quiet. Do not shut your destiny from divine help and intervention by your inability to pray and call on God. He knows the very number of hairs on your head. He has every detail about you and would cause a sudden change of story when you call on him. It took God nothing to display his power and show his strength to the Egyptians when they hindered or did not want the children of Israel to go. It took God nothing to make an old woman of 90 with a husband of 100 to have a child. It did not take God anything to defeat armies with lepers. It did not take God anything to feed thousands with few bread and fish. It did not take God anything to change the life of Job. It did not take God anything to provide a wife for Isaac and Jacob. It didn't take God anything to clear Joseph and make him a ruler. It did not take God anything to cause a virgin to give birth to a child. It did not take God anything to make way through the sea or fall down tall walls. It did not take God anything to make the blind and deaf better again. It did not take God anything to restore and bring provisions to the children of Israel or at the wedding in Canaan. There is nothing God cannot do. There is nothing he cannot change. He formed the world out of nothing because all things are in him and by him. What is that which he cannot do or cannot change? What is that which he cannot turn around? What is that which has limited your capability and capacity to follow him? You must not keep your mouth closed. You must not remain the way you are. You must not keep your hands folded and watch the situation displace you. Approach God today like a child. Seek him with belief that it must change. Involve him in the matter and see the change of situation. I urge you this day to come back to God. Come praying, come believing, come with expectation, and you would see how God would intervene. You would see how God would take every means and whatever is possible to do it for you, to change that story, to rewrite the narrative. Come today and see it happen.